Hello everyone. So basically another fashion frame video, but not exactly a fashion frame video. So a couple days ago, I turned off I turned down my effects intensity to the minimum, and today I was doing some fashion frame. And you see this Yandana right here? It's a Mesa Prime if anybody wants to know. So this Yandana does has this little energy in the end, and I couldn't really see the Yandana, and I didn't know why. So basically, I went to check it on my thing, and I have this turned to 0. So now it's at 40. It's what I feel comfortable with doing the fashion. But if you guys notice, if I turn this to 10, which is the minimum, and I confirm, when I come here, I can barely see the Siandana, and the color doesn't even match the rest of the frame, right? But if I turn this to the max, um, it becomes too bright. Um, yeah, and it and the visual effects include this little electric thing on the Edo Prime, this little fire on the Targes, and anything else. For example, Mag's helmet. So if I bring out Mag, you see, it brings out this Mag helmet. Um, so basically, it becomes really subjective. So if I, for example, I run 40, right, which is the one I feel comfortable with. If I run this on 40 and I'm doing my fashion frame, I like it, that's fine. You see how the helmet got different? So I go to my fashion frame and it's fine. Then I enter a mission and you ask for a rate in chat or something. If people have their visual effects intensity too high or too low, they won't see the frame as you see it. So that's why sometimes in my videos people ask like, uh, I have all your settings, but I see it differently. It's because of this visual effects thing. Now, there is one tip I can give you. You should try to see what what do you prefer, like which visual effects intensity you prefer. I've I found out like probably 40 to 60 you're okay with for fashion framing. Uh, if you go too high, it will affect your gameplay. So, for example, I was doing a Gauss build these days with a heavy weapon. I don't know. I'm playing Destiny. I don't know if it's heavy weapon or Warframe, explosive weapon. So basically, you use an explosive weapon like Guvazar, and I was shooting because of Gauss, fire rate, and reload speed, etc., etc. So basically, uh, I was getting blinded, you know. So I turned that thing to 0, and it helps. So if you're using for gameplay, if you're doing like arbitrations with Kuva Ogres, if you're doing any type of content that has a lot of explosions, I advise you turn that to 0. But if you are playing, for example, Inland Hunts, technically you have a lot of light there, so basically you should turn it down. The problem is when you if you're the one looking for Vomvalis, um, when Vomvalis spawn, you see little explosion light. It's just when they pop up on the screen, you know. If you have that turned to 0, you're not gonna see them. So probably for hunts, I'll turn this for like 90, 100, maybe push it to 120. I'm not sure. I never tried it. Um, if you're doing fashion, I advise 40 to 60, and if you're doing um, explosion like arbitrations, I advise you turn to 0. Um, but yeah, that's a tip I can give you. It affects Mag's helmet a lot, so it looks. I mean, I think it looks good here, but other situations it won't. And I was doing this Ivara, and yeah, this way it already matches the thing. But if I put too bright, it won't, and too low, you can't even see it. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm sorry I couldn't give that information earlier, but that's it. And remember, um, even if you see your Warframe a certain way, doesn't mean the other person, when you link it in chat, will see it the same way. The best way to showcase fashion frame is through a screenshot, a video, or you invite the person to your orbiter. because it has the same light, and even though it really depends on their visual effects intensity. So if someone asks if they're ugly or something, just tell them what visual effects intensity do you use for them to see it the same way, you know? That's it. Thank you.